Jesus breaks off the chains of trouble in our lives, enabling us to follow in his ways. Top of the morning to you. When we read Proverbs 23 with the eyes of love and a firm determination to get to know and love our God better, we get lessons on what to stay away from if we want godly wisdom and a desire to stay in God's path for our lives. One of the first lessons right out of the gate was how to deal with those that are rich and powerful. Verse 3, don't lust after anything they have or they seem to have, because it's temporary in the scheme of things. And don't also fall for the trap of doing everything you can to be rich. Don't rely on your own human wisdom, verse 4. Also beware of those who are seemingly rich, who try to use their things to use and control you. Verse 7 says, don't be misled. These people don't care about you, just what they can get from you. The subject then goes from dealing with the earthly riches to dealing with people who rebel against God. They won't listen because they hate God's wisdom. Verse 9. There is also a warning given to those who intend to cheat and swindle those who are fatherless. It seems God has their back, and they will answer to him. Instead of wrapping our minds around the negative stuff above, verse 12 says, apply our minds to godly instruction, correction, and listen for godly knowledge. If we want our children to do the same, we will discipline them, as this will lead to life for them and help deliver them from evil. Verse 16 through 19, fathers in general, but God the Father specifically, rejoice when their children are wise, righteous, and fear the Lord. Verse 19 tells us to be wise by directing our minds to focus on the ways of the Lord. Other good guidance we get from this proverb is to not associate with those who habitually get drunk, because it only leads to poverty. Also, stay away from sin, in this case prostitution, for the sin seeks to stalk you and trap you. Verse 29 through 35 is a detailed description of what happens to those who are in the alcoholic lifestyle and what they can look forward to. Words of encouragement. It's amazing that this book of Proverbs has been around for thousands of years, and yet the advice given back then is so relevant today. If only we would listen and obey, we wouldn't fall into half the life traps we find ourselves in. It's not rocket science. It's about how to live life successfully, avoiding the traps laid out by the enemy of our souls. Warning, while this advice, is fresh and will never spoil, it can be forgotten easily unless we keep our minds on the lessons learned. Have a great day.